Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let's quickly take a look at the JASMY price chart here. Today, I'm going to be focusing much more on the long time frame here for JASMY because we're going to be looking at the exit plan that I've had since 2022 when I first invested in JASMY, and really my exit plan hasn't changed much. So let me take you there. But before I do that, let me maybe touch a little bit on the shorter time frame perspective here for JASMY. I'm going to be real fast, and I'm looking at the 200 daily moving average here, and this is what I've been pointing out to over the last few days, saying that this 200 daily moving average should be a good support to give the JASMY price at a springboard so that you can at least reclaim 4 cents. From there, you're looking at the previous high 6 cents, and 8.3 cents is the next big price target. So just keep that in mind. You can see here the long position that I was taking on JASMY, which I posted I think maybe 4 days ago or 2 in our private Discord group, and you can see it's up right around 160%. That's cool, but I still think the best is yet to come. By the time we get to 4 cents, by the time we get to 8 cents, I think this is gonna be maybe like what, a 10x or something like that. So if you want to be seeing more of these trade alerts and much more, you can join the private Discord group. The link will be down there in the description. You can join via Patreon. But you know what, let's get back into the JASMY price chart here. We're looking at the daily time frame, and really the story has always been that we have seen something like this play out in this market, not only once but multiple times. So again, very easy to notice, this is JASMY price chart, not the whole structure, to be honest with you, because JASMY started way up right there around $5 because much of the circulating supply was locked at that point. So there was just a few JASMY coins being chased by a lot of US dollars. That's why we had that price. But when the token unlocks happened, along with the bear market, we saw the JASMY price plummeting bigly. But whatever the case may be, if you zoom in, you find the structure which stretches from right around October 2021 up until where we have been. So this is where I'm saying that we have seen structures like this before. This is Cardano, for example. Should I go back to the JASMY price chart here, and you realize that we're pretty much repeating this whole thing. So this has been my story ever since like September 2022. You can check out my first video on YouTube. I was talking about this structure here. So this is JASMY, this is Cardano. I mean, just look at how similar these whole things are, right? So we have been looking at the Cardano price and saying if we happen to repeat this structure, we could see the JASMY price stretching above the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, and even going as close as the 2.618 Fibonacci retracement level, right? So coming back to JASMY and pretty much applying the same concept from the very top until the bottom here, you can see that you're looking at something like 86 cents if you happen to touch the 2.618 Fibonacci extension level. But I want to be as conservative as possible, so I go for the golden ratio, which is 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. So that would mean that's 54 cents for JASMY here. That's my best price target for JASMY. But the thing is, yes, we say that JASMY is pretty much following what Cardano was doing back in 2021. We also had some structures which look exactly like the JASMY price chart here, but they didn't show like the same performance that we were seeing from Cardano. And one example of that is the NEO price chart in the same time frame. Again, looking at this NEO chart, let me just indicate this one more time and get back to the JASMY price chart, and you will realize that we also have got pretty much the same structure there. Let me just also highlight, you see this sharp waves toward the downside. You go down, you have got a rally before you capitulate, you go flat, and then start slowly but surely working your way up towards the upside. So that's also the same thing you see with NEO. Sharp correction waves by there. You get to the bottom, you have got a rally before you flatten out, and then you rally one more time. So this was the bull run for NEO back in from March until something like 2021 April. So that's great. What I want to stress here is that JASMY can also do something like this here, maybe get into the mid of this range and not be able to go further up towards the upside. This is also a scenario that is in play 100%. We also saw almost something like very much similar to that with SIA coin. You can also see that SIA coin had the same structure with the JASMY price at this very sharp waves correction towards the downside. You've got this mini rally before the whole thing flattens out like this, and then you have got the rally like this one. This is your bull run totally. I mean, for SIA coin, it was a fantastic one because in as much as it looks more like this was actually something like a 50x, I should be saying, from the very bottom until the 50x by around there. For NEO coin, that was something like a 20x. So again, coming back to JASMY, I just want to stress that it's not only the Cardano price that we had, which was obviously getting way higher up there, but we also had other structures which just had somewhat of a retrace. They get into the mid of this whole thing and then they stopped. That was the entire bull run. Now for JASMY, is that a likelihood? I think it's something that is also very much possible, because from the very bottom of the bear market here, we can see that JASMY at some point it even did something like a 20x. That's more than what NEO was doing, and that's half of what SIA coin was doing. So it can actually still be considered a bull run but of course I don't think that Jasmy is going to underperform like that. So let me go ahead and quote you like real price targets here. So we've already established that 54 cents is my best case scenario, the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. But in the case that we don't really get a massive bull run and we just have something like this here, like what we saw with Neo, or maybe something that we saw here with JASMY Coin, which was a 50x on its own, but really did not go as high as the previous high indicated here. We are pulling our Fibonacci retracement tools to show those exact rejections. So from the very top until the bottom here, you can see that Neo was pinpointing the exact 702 Fibonacci retracement level. That's really magic, to be honest with you, right? So in the case that Jasmy really fails to get above 33 cents, what is the 702 Fibonacci retracement looking like, right? Again, from the very top to the bottom here, you're looking right around 23 cents for Jasmy. I think still that is a fantastic bull run, because at least for somebody like me who has been buying ever since 2022, I don't want even to mention it because I would dishearten a lot of people, right? But let's say you are buying Jasmy for the very first time today. Let's see, what kind of returns you'll be anticipating. We're at 2.8 cents right now. Until 23 cents, you'll be looking at somewhat of a 7x. I still think those are good returns, but I would consider it like an underperformance from the Jasmy price for somebody who is buying Jasmy for the very first time. Now let's go with the JASMY Coin price set and see what kind of a retracement level was that from the very top again until the very bottom. We were seeing somewhat like the 0.618 Fibonacci extension level. Okay, that is slightly lower than the 23 cents that we were talking about here on Jasmy, but that will be right around 20 cents, right? So between 17 to 20 cents is where you would expect the Jasmy price to stop. Again, I consider this an underperformance from Jasmy, but it's also something that I have to take into consideration. Up until this point, I've given you three specific price targets: 54 cents, I gave you 23 cents, and lastly, I gave you between 17 to 20 cents, which I think, to be honest with you, is the same range. 17 to 23 cents. Really, what's the difference there? It really doesn't make much difference. I also look at this cup and handle formation and try to figure out where this could take us. So the way you have to measure this is you have to measure the depth of the cup here. So once you come back at the point of breakout here, you'll be looking at a price target of right around 62 cents. Honestly speaking, 62 cents is very much in line with the 54 cents mark that I have right there for Jasmy. So I would just go ahead and consider it to be one price target. Honestly, 54 cents is really screaming in my face as the number one price target because of the golden ratio that is there. And also looking at this cup and handle formation is very much in line with that. I also used to show you the velo price set. Unfortunately, I didn't have much time to show that, but that was also the same scenario that we were seeing, 54 cents again and again and again. So that's definitely a price target that is number one in my head. But how am I going to be exiting the Jasmy price set when I've got so many different price targets like this? Luckily, this is something that I planned way back in 2022 when I first invested in Jasmy. And I've decided that I'm going to be taking profits on the way up, because I don't want a scenario that happened with JASMY Coin of me being stopped right here expecting way higher. I will definitely be taking my initial profits as the 0.618 Fibonacci extension level here for Jasmy. That is right around 20 cents. Now, once we manage to clear this level here, at least 24 cents, 25 cents daily candles out of that, I'm now looking at the big one. That's 54 cents. So let's say I sell about, 60% right around, or 70% round, right around 23 cents. I would say the remaining 30% is going to be sold right there around 54 cents. So I think you have the exact picture of how I'm going to be exiting the Jasmy price set. I'm very curious to know what you think about this analysis and my exit plan. If you have got a different one, obviously, and if you differ, thinking that maybe my exit plan is a little bit stupid, or maybe it's Moonboy kind of a thing, I really want you to let me know in the comment section so that maybe you can at least have a debate, right? You show me something, I show you, and we see which idea wins. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I do TA on Jasmy and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. I'm inviting you to our private Discord, which you can join via Patreon. Feel free to check the link in the description or maybe the comment section, right? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.